Every year, thousands of birds migrate, traveling hundreds of miles to find food and raise their young. Now, with the world's climate changing, many of these birds are being thrown far off course, often not even making the trip at all. Migration is the annual movement of birds flying hundreds of miles to eat, mate, and nest. Why do birds make this yearly journey in the first place?
Birds migrate largely to take advantage of different resources that are in different places. So for example, in the north, we get huge insect emergences in the summer, much more than you normally get in the tropics. But in order to take advantage of those resources, you have to be able to either make it through the winter, which most birds can't, or get up there during the summer.
Birds use many factors to tell when to migrate, but what factors are affected by climate change?
All the resources I was able to find suggest that day length is the key one. I remember when I was a student, we learned that a lot of these seasonal cues are set by day length. But that can't be the whole story, because we know that birds are migrating earlier with climate change. So there must be some effect of temperature and other seasonal cues than just day length. Birds are a great species to study because they're like the canaries in the coal mine, if you will. You've all heard that expression, the canaries in the coal mine. But really, there are enough species out there to give us examples of what happens in the ocean, what happens in the forest, what happens in the mountains, what happens in the deserts. And by tracking birds and using birds as a proxy for how the environment is responding, we can learn about all these different habitats at once. And birds are visible, they're active during the day, so they're easy to study. Birds are a great group to use just to get sort of the pulse of the earth and how healthy the ecosystem is.
Global warming has changed the patterns of birds, making it harder for them to survive. Although birds are affected by this, humans are also impacted by the consequences of this long-term effect. There are little steps people can take to reduce climate change around them. Using public transportation and eating locally are two methods to decrease climate change by reducing greenhouse gases emitted from vehicles. The little actions can make a big difference for yourself and the birds around you.